Never told you about Shankaran Pillai's childhood, did I? No. When Shankaran Pillai was a 12-year-old boy, one day he went out and he brought a 100-rupee note. Those days, 100 rupees is lots of money. And he brought a 100-rupee note and he said he found it on the street. His mother looked at him and said, "Did you really find it on the street?" She was just checking if the boy stole the money or something. He said, "No, Ma, I definitely found it. It was on the street. I even saw that man looking for it." So, this is happening from outside, it'll become ugly. Even now what I'm talking about, rejigging our economy, should not happen from outside, it'll become ugly. Again, with laws and force, it won't work. It needs to happen with a certain sense of inclusiveness. When Parvati came to Adi Yogi, and she's a proud woman, princess. So she is seeing the Saptarishis sitting there in a very dedicated, committed way. Years and years are going by, Shiva is talking and talking and talking, trying to impart this science. Every step is taking such a long time for them to understand, grasp, experience. Soak it in, it's taking time. But the privilege of being a wife gives her a little bit of a swagger. Then she says, "I want to know this too." But Adiyogi knows she will never sit like this in front of him for years and years and learn step by step. He looks at her and he says, "You come, sit here." Then she thinks, that's an insult. That means you're questioning my intellect. You're just saying, "Come, sit on my lap." Says, "No, no, come." Then he touches her in 114 different ways and she becomes a part of him. By being a part of him, she knows everything that he knows, but she still maintains her individual nature. This is the only way you can transform the world. You need to touch them in ways that in some way there is some integration, there is some union, there is some inclusiveness. When inclusiveness happens, then you don't have to use force to change anything. Right now anyway, the force has been applied by the virus. I'm talking about taking advantage of this situation. But unless every nation goes for it, that's not going to happen because we're always afraid somebody will run away ahead of us. This problem is there. So we must do the bird call, let's make the planet great again. What the birds are saying, if the same sense enters into every human mind and all of us start thinking in terms of making the planet great again rather than my country great again, because as I said, for an ideology, 100 million people have died in a century. For the sake of religions that you believe in, nobody counted how many millions have died, endless number of people have died. The next largest tyranny is nationalism. For the sake of the nation, people die, even today, proudly die. Well, it is very necessary right now to protect the borders of a nation, the sovereignty of a nation, because still my piece of planet versus your piece of planet, fighting is going on. In some way, we need to relax the boundaries of nations. National boundaries have to be relaxed. That is not possible when there is so much economic disparity. If we reasonably bring it to some level, it is like chicken and egg, which should happen first. No, all these things must happen together. Somebody should have the wisdom to bring all these things together if national boundaries become not totally obliterated, at least little loose, then